It's me, once again. I have returned. Hope everyone's doing well today. As we are all aware that I am you're aware, I'm the Line Bus, and we have another Nexus Gaming Series cast. Today we have a Division B West game coming to you live. We have Cloud and Mind facing off against Gambit Gaming. So it should be a good one. I do know I often appear in Division B West is one I appear in for most. I cast the most it seems this season. But coincidentally, it is also the season that it's also the division that I moderate. So there probably is some bias chosen there, but I do intend on getting some casts in for other teams as well, for other divisions as well, that may be coming up this weekend, depending on time. So, Cloud and Mind, Gambit Gaming, both very good teams of their own rights. Both have very good players who I've had both the pleasure and displeasure of running into in my own games, where I've either done very well with them or they have wiped me off the face of the earth. So the question is, how are they going to play against each other? Are they going to wipe each other off the face of the earth, or are they going to have a nice, close, friendly? I don't know. Friendly may not be the term. Well, a good competitive series. So, in terms of what happened, Cloud and Minds chose heads in a coin toss, and they won, so they chose first pick. So then we saw the order of bans going Towers of Doom, Dragonshire, Battlefield of Eternity, and Sky Temple. Leading us to this map here, Tomb of the Spider Queen. I do like Tomb of the Spider Queen a lot. It is one of my favorite ones by a decent margin. Sorry about that, don't want to cough into the mic and don't need anyone to have that coming on into the ears. So yeah, that should be that would not be the most fun of ASMRs, I do know. But that we should probably be getting into it soon. It does seem to we just seem to be waiting on a couple of people. So what I really should do more and more as I have these series, and I have a little bit of time to prep, so I should really open up like the hero's profile of each team, kind of get a general gist of what's going to happen. And I may still do that. I'm going to slowly open it and see where I get and see how long it takes me to actually open things up. So what we have, GG. Facing off against Cloud and Minds, but it looks like both teams are ready, so we should be getting into it in a few moments. I'm going to open these up anyway, so I just have my own reference point for coming on up. So it looks like we are starting it. However, it is going to eventually, in the end, be the game deciding when it starts, because this game is a very fickle being, and only the game knows when the game wants to start. Because, I saw the countdown a while ago now. I'm about to make a mistake. I saw the count. Yep, there we go. It eventually makes its mind, and let's get on draft, shall we? First ban, blue. What do we see coming up here? I actually have no clue what these heroes, what these teams play. I do imagine Brightwing or Lucio may be banned out. Because I do know Krizzo's pretty good at both those heroes. Similarly, but we do see Vala banned out first. Good all-round thing to ban. Joanna, again, want to deny the team with first pick Joanna, because Joanna is considered one of the strongest tanks at the moment. Well, is considered one of the strongest tanks at the moment, but seems kind of irrelevant nowadays, considering not much is going to be changing anytime soon. So what is the next next ban going to be, is the question. And we do see Mephisto, actually. Yeah, I can see now looking at it, Mephisto is banned an awful lot amount of times. Very interesting that Brightwing's been left up for, because Brightwing gets banned out a lot against this team. I do wonder if Cloud and Minds is making a mistake leaving it open. And we do see Malfeal being banned out, and Malfeal being one of Kian's favorites. Kian, I'm always scared of when they have a thing, but no, we see the Junkrat being picked up first. Good pickup by Ruffian. So imagine what we're going to see. Brightwing Blaze. I'd go with Brightwing Blaze if I was Gambit Gaming. Maybe Diablo. I don't know. I'm just looking at, like, basic numbers to the side of me. Blaze. Brightwing. Oh! Look at me understanding data. Feels good, man. Right. Do we get Anduin? And do we get... I don't know what else. Anduin and Uberak? Show me Anduin and Uberak. Oh my god, look at him go. He is learning today. He has predicted this so far. Can he keep predicting is the question. He's insane. Right, what's coming up next is the very next question. I should really... What I may do is just put this down low and do this. Right, that is that there. And we see Imperius being banned out, so rounding out the ban phases. So Kian being left with very few of their normal options left. I actually don't know what they'll end up picking here now that I think about it. Because I usually either see them Imperius, Blaze, or Malthael. I don't know if I've seen anything further than that. So I imagine Kian is a very good player. I imagine they have something. And we see Diablo banned out now. Which, yeah, good choice. There we go. One day I'll just turn on the in-game sound. That would probably be a smarter idea from me, but not today is the answer. Not, at least not while I'm on this screen here. Maybe when I'm on a different screen. Maybe, probably when I'm off screen, but not right now. Right, Hanzo May. Fair enough. So the question is, what's the last pick going to be? But we do have 2 more picks for the side of Clouded Minds. What will we see from then? Yrel? Artanis? Orphea? No. Raynor? Maybe? Tychus maybe? Lunara and Sonya. Okay. Fair enough. Both of those pretty good heroes. Actually, Sonya's done alright this season, so I'd like to see how they go on that. And now we have the last pick for the side of Gambit Gaming. What are we going to see here? Oh, no wonder why, because he's going a bit slow. We have this open. I nearly clicked the wrong thing. I need to click this thing. Jaina to round things out. Fair enough. So some good all-round comps here. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. I imagine we're going to see a Leap Sonya to go on with an Uberak. Icefall May. We may see Jaina Ring of Frost. So Icefall can be a pretty good setup as well. Especially if you get things such as Dragon or throwing into mix. But Junkrat can always mess things up. That cheeky rubbish rodent throwing in grenades, throwing in concussion mines. You never know what's going to happen. So with that out of the way, what I'm going to do is go into the game. We'll see you on the other side of this opening. Catch you on the other. We'll catch you soon. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll give it a mind, Ektar, because I think I saw the other. I should really refund your previous one because I think I saw that that had already been casted. Anyway, we're in the match now. So on the side of Clouded Minds, we do have Peach, Anduin, Ruffian, Junkrat, Star Knight on the Anubrak, Trelena is on the Hoppy DBS Dear Lunara, and Kian is on the Sonya. And on the other side, we have Zelda's Row on the Hanzo. That's it. Northern Touch May. Chelsea is on the Blaze. Persimmon. Or is it Persimmon? Because I think it's an L, not an I. I figured out, yeah, Persimmon on the Jaina. And rounding things out, we have Krizo on the Brightwing. Little Fairy Dragon to round things out. There's a lot of scatter coming out. We do see Starlight getting healed up after taking a considerable chunk of damage to start the fight, which I know is consider it. Right, we'll see how coming up. Northern Touch just constantly going to be slowing down rotations. Trelena gets hit with a nice little snipe by Salazar. But yeah, we're going to have a look at talents real quick as well, as I already have those pulled up. So there are only a couple of quests to note stacking outside of Jaina's baseline. We do have Fingers of Frost, as well as Hanzo going target practice. Also, Chelsea has rejoined for Frey mid, as, well, Sonya's been left bottom to do their thing. Okay, cool, we do have Adrenaline Stim Pack. I was curious about that one. Looks like Junkrat is going for Q quest, not Q quest, just Q talent at 1, that means the last mine hits more. And once again, we have Northern Touch slowing down for rotations. And that's a lot of scatters that somehow ended up hitting Star Knight after all the bounces. Right, let me have a look and see what else is happening here. Sorry about this, I'm constantly tabbing in and out because there's a few things I need to keep my eyes on. There we go. And camps being picked up by both sides. Good start to everything. Just making sure they get their rotations, get what they can. I do like the Mei is constantly trying to hinder the rotation of Cloud and Mines. Just such good. It is a pretty basic kind of strategy as Mei. Drop down a W, see if you can slow everyone down. But it is a good heads up strategy where you can interrupt for rotation, so you do get the soak advantage, so you do get a little bit of a rotation advantage. Because as we can see, they're already cleared. We're clearing these waves very well. We can see Cloud and Mine's only just getting up there now, but Gambit Gaming has already started clearing the siege camp of siege camp? Not quite right. The Bruiser camp of Cloud and Mines, and we can see that is already down. Chelsea's now here as well to help, and well, it's not the easiest for Cloud and Mines to step into. We hear a Junkrat trap being found by a minion by the looks of things. Now we're stepping in. Peach in an awkward spot. Does catch Chelsea mid-charge. And now Chelsea is over wall thanks to that Junkrat trap. Trelena actually could have been taken out there because Chelsea knew they were going to die. I would have liked... Oh, maybe they did back into the corner to see if they could be released from their prison cell in time. But no, they are still going to go down. And that is a few gems lost. And more importantly, that's your offlaner kind of lost. So you're going to be missing out early on a wave of soak, which doesn't seem like a lot, but realistically is a good few hundred experience. And in this early game, that few hundred can matter, especially because you also have the death of your offlaner as well. And as we can see here, Sonya just squared up the wave, going to start beating the wall up. You got room to breathe as Sonya, you may as well use it. Because what, these front ones are all small now. We can see these ones are getting there, these ones here. Blaze coming out to Kian. Nice charge by Chelsea, but Kian already took gate in most of the tower in that very small window. Not very small window, but that one death. With us even after rotating from all the way back up here. Slide coming out from Star Knight, not quite finding Pearl Simon. Pearl Simon? I don't know to this day still. And Junkrat Trap does catch a prey. Does catch its trap. Right. I'm losing my mind apparently. But no, we are still in it. We do see that the root comes out onto Chelsea. Chelsea going, you know what, I'm out, man. Don't need this in my life. Now we can see there may be a rotation coming onto Kian. There indeed is. Phil Simon is there to follow up as well. Kian taking a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. Does start spinning. Makes it through the gate. But nice finish by Chelsea. Hitting the Q there. It's excellent. I should also mention Chelsea and Pearl Simon did switch in the draft screen. It was originally Chelsea picked up Mei. Pearl Simon had picked up the Blaze. But there was that switch partway through. And now we can see, well, actually Mei went down while I was watching a Bruiser camp, well, a siege camp being done and just yarding. Blue Web Weaver's up. They can see the bottom cap is being done. But at this point, it is a little bit too late, and they will have it now. Peach using Desperate Prayer just to get a little bit of extra healing. I believe that was Desperate Prayer Assault, and yes, indeed it is. Also, stack update 15 stacks of globes already on Fingers of Frost. Hanzo is 3/5 away there for a full completion of his quest. And we do see now that Anduin has picked up Piercing Light. Oh, nice stuns. CC train. Not quite a stun train because it's part of this route. A nice CC train there from Clouded Mines. Junkrat Trap finding Salazar, but no, we do see him back out. Nice peeling by Northern Touch. That Blizzard just directly on the feet is enough to stop people going anywhere. Building slowly being taken down, but that will be it for that Web Weaver. Let's see what's happened bottom. Kian has had a decent amount of room to breathe. Chelsea didn't quite find that way there, and we can see Kian posturing around, making sure the hits don't splash onto Chelsea themselves. Oh, nice dodge of a charge there, whether intentional or not. Kian backed out at a very good time and was able to not get stunned under tower, which is probably ideal. Nice idea to scatter there, just in case someone's still looking to get on top of you. Salzro's been very top with making sure things don't surprise them. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Kian are keeping an eye on each other. Kian does have to do a little bit more work to keep an eye on Chelsea, just because Chelsea does have a whole ass turn in. Now, just hearing two people slap each other is a fun time. Also, what's happening up here? Oh, charge coming out to Salazro. Salazro scattering, however, all gets eaten by one little beetle. Which, nice. That's why we love a good beetle here in this household. Kian being told by Chelsea to know you're not going to hand in. Kian, however, wanting to make sure Chelsea doesn't turn in with him running it. Key in. Nope. Key in. Key in? Key in? It's Skycake. I'll fight you. Look, I'm not doing it on purpose. I legitimately don't know, and I think even they have said they don't like to... Oh. Sorry, my computer apparently stuttered there, but it looks like that engage doesn't quite work out how the side of Cloud of Minds had intended. And now we see the posturing happen. Blaze and Sonya are still just kind of making sure each other aren't going to get away with too much space there. I'm just going to have to say Sonya now, just so I don't have Skycake try and fight me. Chelsea goes for the charge, doesn't quite find it. Well, thank you for showing up, Raka. Sorry to tear you away from having fun, but I'm not going to stop you playing your video game. And we can actually see that Bunker was dropped by Blaze. However, in that time, Star Knight got turned in, and the blue web weavers are descending once again. There's a warning ping coming on out. And the web weavers come. The red team is going to have to deal with it. Star Knight actually is an arrow a little bit higher up. Nice free man stun. Good chain coming out there. We do see the leap coming up from Salazro. May, however, has been left on an island. I think they still have a decent amount of health left on them. Yeah, they do. However, a Riptire does subtract a lot of health in of itself. And we can see now that without a tank, neither Salazro or Krizo really wants to stick around. It's not somewhere that they feel like is a safe place to be. Well, that is correct, especially when you have something such as a Nubrak staring at you going, I could charge you at any given moment. And it will more than likely stun you if I do it right. Which, to be fair, if I'm playing a Nubrak, I will probably not stun you because I almost never do it right. If someone more skilled like Star Knight is, however, they're definitely doing it well. Also, we do see Water Elemental has been dropped, and in response, Kian did have to backpedal all the way up. But we do see that's all 3 forts down for the side of Gambit Gaming already, and now they're in a position where they're still wanting to turn in. I do believe in them. We see Chelsea is already on it, but now all of a sudden Kian goes, oh, not correct, Kian. Trelena does try to step in to see if they can stop Chelsea. Chelsea got rid of 13 of their 30. Dragon Arrow coming all the way through, and that disappeared immediately. That's a very short, plane off there, huh? But no, we see Chelsea is going to be ran down. Trelena is going to poke at them. Nice stun, nice stun. There's a lot of stunning coming out there. Bunker, however, does have time to hit the ground. Chelsea, however, will also be hitting the ground dead. But those gems are going to be recovered. And all the while, we do see that a Nubrak went down. And the team of Cloud and Mind has to back up this time now. They do have time to reposition. This Web Weaver is crashing very early compared to the others. It's already on the gate now compared to the others, which are hitting the gates in the next about 5 seconds or so. This one has been here for a good 10, 15. Northern Touch goes in. Fortunately, no stun there by Sonya. One leap may have been Northern Touch being a lot more scared than they probably needed to be. But no, we do see the rotations coming out now. Bottom is down. Kian is just going to clear that wave, and we can see that Trelena gets pulled to safety by the ever-diligent Peach. Don't know if this... I don't know if either of these now top or mid forts can be saved. It took a little bit too long to get here. Maybe mid? Top, almost definitely not. Yeah, top's already down. Nice light bomb. Does it too. We can see Leap going out onto the Brightwing as well. Crizo trying their best to escape. Does do a short range blink, and it did work enough. But now Chelsea is stuck in an awkward spot. Does get out to safety for now. You can see May is the one in Cocoon, not in control of where they're allowed to go. They do have slide up still by the looks of things, so they are ultimately going to be able to get out to safety, and they're good. Nope, Sellers Row is just going to half. What do we have opening up here? Oh look, both teams are doing camp. Fancy bet. Remember when the days when other healers used to have cooldown Mule? Imagine just like having him, like Anduin have cooldown Mule and just plopping it on that building. And have it like instead of Desperate Prayer. That would be great fun. By fun I mean it would infuriate a lot of people. Nope, Crizo insta-blinks just before they get hit by the stun. They knew if they got hit, it's not ultimately it wouldn't be a very good time for them. But no, rotation is coming back up to mid now. Northern Touch seeing if they can possibly sneak in top. No, they're just going to keep going. Oh, maybe not. We're turning around. Oh, maybe. Yeah, nah, yeah. There we go. Northern Touch, Helmet knows they are in vision, so they do back on up. They are going to be fine. They're not really going to have too much pressure on them. Just more, no, don't turn in, mate. And we see Vision Arrow did not quite hit Star Knight. And now there's going to be rotation down once again. Northern Touch going, oh, where should I go? But no, we see they enter a bush. Nice, stun by Star. With a stun by Star, we see a Brightwing is stuck in the cocoon. Light one coming out. Ooh, but hell, we didn't quite find Crizo. Crizo did blink out to safety. Meanwhile, there was a nice Ice Wall attempt to stop both Peach and Star Knight. But no, they didn't quite find it. Nice stun by Star Knight. Once again, nice double stun. We can see it's a lot of damage coming through. Northern Touch does get hit by the leap. Very end of it, Kian. Now, on top of things, Crizo wanting those gems, but no, it gets zoned out. Ooh. Crizo does get a few of them. We do have the fight coming down here. Pearl Simon is down. Salsaro does also make the way out. They do have Piercing Arrow now, so that goes down, but no, it looks like we're going to have a boss Vin turn and call coming out. And Gambit Gaming, for as long as the turn in time they had, they weren't able to get it in the end. I'm also going to have a look at how we're doing in terms of quests. Hunter yet to complete theirs. That target practice still ongoing. Jaina has completed their Finger of the Frost a little bit ago, I believe. And Anduin yet to get another stack since we had last checked in with them. But so far, all the builds looking relatively standard. Interesting thing is the spreading volley from Junkrat. But I do know that is definitely a preference tier. Blue Web Weavers are descending? I went to go say defending, but let's ignore that. And now we see that this Sand Golem is going to be pushing on the building. If the Web Weavers will not be too far away now. They do have to make their way up the wave. This may be hit about a quarter health before they land. Northern Touch pops it, but no, there is no concussion mine blocked by Ruffian. And in fact, I was wrong. This is at half health by the time the Web Weaver gets here. There's the quarter, and that building is now down. And now we have a spot where my mouse is making up its own thing. Junkrat Riptire finds two people, but we can see if a core call is coming out for this side of Cloud of Mines. Even if it's just while we make sure that the other buildings go down, it looks like no. Nice double stun with a Dragon Arrow. Star Knight low, Peach relatively low. She heals him up, and it looks like Jaina is going to be going down. Kian is a little bit too deep. Bunker comes out from Blaze. It is finally Hanzo's quest complete. Peach is backing out as well. 50% core health left, but no. It looks like 50% it will stay. And Sellers Row doing the best they can. However, they overextended just a little bit too much and die for it. Peach, however, a little bit out of health. Star Knight as well. Just between those two alone, they don't really have the means to end. Sure, 50% left on core is not much, but it is a lot when you are running out of those resources such as health and mana. And now we're going to have someone, likely Blaze, on clean up a lot of this game. It kind of looks like game. The Dragon Arrow was nasty. It wasn't quite game, however, very good defense there by the side of Gambit Gaming. So we see both Bruiser camps being picked up by the opposite teams, as well as bottom Siege camp being picked up as well. Actually, I was just saying neither team has turned in. That was wrong. Gambit Gaming has turned in. There was the look at the invade. That was definitely in the cards for the side of Clouded Minds, but no, they decided not to. Also, welcome Nara and Ektar. Hope you're both doing well this evening. The slow coming out is a little bit too much. Salazar once again being the target of Trelena. Junkrat Riptide just doing his fang. It's just going. Northern Touch gets found. Does it hit it? Nope. Nope. Unfortunately for Junkrat, they did not take their chance when they had the time. And that Riptide did go to waste, unfortunately for them. And they are even extra oops, so that's really unfortunate. They were trying to get a little bit too greedy with it seems. And because of that little bit of greed, they missed out on a lot. Once again, we have a moment where Clouded Minds is basically at the core going, we don't actually have anything else to do on map. We need coins, so we need to be up here. We need pressure, so we need to be up here. We need to be doing something, but what, 1, 2, 3, 4 camps are down. 2 of them for another minute and a half-ish, more or less. They don't have anything else to do on map except grab coins, because that's the objective. So I guess the alternative is they look for a fight, as there is a few seconds. Oh, I guess not. Even that's about to run out. As you see, 20s are now available for both teams. So we'll quickly check on the Storm talents because we have Rewind on Nubrak, Ignore Pain, Sonya, Censure, and a win. Extra Oomph Junkrat, and the, I can't remember what it's called, Intensifying Toxin on the Lunara. On the other side, we do have Fairy Protectors, Brightwing, Bullseye Hanzo, Wintermute Jaina, and Flash Freeze on the Mei. And now we do have people considering pushing into this objective area. This is the most that Gambit Gaming have stepped up in a little bit now. But it looks like already the choice is back off. We don't want to really mess with too much. And we can see that they are playing it very safe. I don't know why I bothered zooming in. Let's zoom away back out and just keep an eye on this as we are rotating around. Because we can see it's a very patient gameplay from Clouded Minds. They're not wanting to do anything too brash. They're not wanting to waste their resources. They're not wanting to let the opposition turn in. But at the same time, you know, with each passing moment, it's more and more likely they're going to sneak something. And we can see coming down bottom, Northern Touch and Krizo getting the turn in immediately, and no one is there to keep an eye on it. Kian may be there in time. Does go in a 4-man leap, but it's a little bit too late at that point. And that may be a little bit of a blunder using leap right there. At least you have top wave pushed out a lot. You have mid wave reasonably pushed, but that will be the first web weaver to crash by the looks of things. And really, you want to be protecting mid and top for most of those are probably the most important lanes when it does come to the objective itself. Especially when you have Fort and Keep advantage in those lanes. Which Fort advantage is about to go down, but you also have Keep. Oh, nice bullseye there by Hanzo, hitting Star Knight directly on the head. In comes Web Weaver. Junkrat Trap finds a minion. Zoom all the way out, just keep an eye on things, but no, it looks like that Jaina's going to go bottom. They see Jaina bottom, they should just go in. Chelsea drops bunker, we do see that it is Cocoon coming on out. Nice. 2-man charge. Oh, good Dragon Arrow to follow up. Nice Ice Wall. But Star Knight is trying their best to protect their friends. Nice pull by Peach. That is Junkrat, however, going down first. And that is Kian now in trouble. With Star Knight doing their best to peel, getting multi-man stuns off. We can see that Lunara went down to the Web Weaver's attack. Oh, this is now a very scary spot for Clouded Minds, who you were in a very good spot for a while, but now what do you do? Bottom Web Weaver's still up. You can try to defend that at core, but you can't necessarily do much about it right now. Star Knight nor Peach can really afford to step up here. If either of the deaths occur now, that may be game. But they also realize they need to stall out because it may be game either way. There's a lot of minions here. There's some Web Weaver minions as well, and this core is starting to quickly fall. Oh, we'd see a nice double stun to start. Peach getting a nice double stun as well. Lightbomb coming out. Does barely keep Star Knight alive, but this core is rapidly falling. And that will be look to be the first game of a series going over to Gambit Graining? Gambit Gaming. GG's. Well played both sides. What a back and forth one. Yeah, the five-man arrow did very well for the team. They very much needed that. But let's have a look at stats as I have my fat mouse in the middle of everything. We do see in terms of Siege, Sonya, Blaze 123k to 181k respectively. However, in terms of Sock, it was Jaina at 16k, just barely edging up Blaze on their own team, but we can see that Sonya picked up a little bit more for the side of Clouded Minds. Welcome, Harkin Giants fan. Hope you're doing well today. Nellius as well. Hope you're doing well as well. Other things to note, we do see Hanzo and Lunara 56k to 51k respectively. In terms of healing, Krezzo did 94k. I can see why. I didn't actually expect to hit the fly. Oh, I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Give me a moment. I'm back. Sorry about that. Fortunately, the kitchen sink is not too far away from where my desk is. Other than that, we do see that, yeah, I think I understand why Krezzo does have Brightwing banned a lot against them. Banned out a lot against him now. Luna had a number, that number being 911. I do not get this, Harkin. But let's have a look at talents as well real quick. We do see that it is going to be Beetle build Anubarak. What else do we see? Slam Sonya. Yeah, everything kind of making sense. Not often you see Q build Hanzo in competitive. You often see W or auto attack if you're feeling a little bit feeling a little bit spicy. But not often Q, so it is nice to see every now and again. But I do like all the builds that were being used here more or less. More on the more side in all honesty, mainly because there's some heroes here I'm looking at like, yeah, they do great at these. I can't hold anything to some of these people. But yeah, let me go back onto the map screen and we can discuss about what we think will happen next, shall we? Especially because if I go here, I can go into my options and cursor size. Make my cursor a little bit smaller. Yeah. Time to lose that in the middle of everything. So. Nope. Don't want to do that. Nearly made a little bit of a boo-boo. Nearly made a mistake. But that was a good first map of the series. So Clouded Minds, I think they may go first pick again. They went first pick last time, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So imagine we may end up in another one of the maps that Gambit Gaming do favor. Which I don't know really what their favored games are. Maybe we see something such as Alterac. Maybe we see Infernal Shrines. We're going to see Infernal Shrines, aren't we? I wouldn't be surprised. Give me a moment as someone's at the door. I am back. Sorry about that. And it looks like we do have Infernal Shrine, so I was correct. Yay. Yay. It's a line bus en route. Yes, correct. I am here. So, the question is, how are we going to see this map break down? Let's go on over to this here, I need draft screen ready for when we get in here, and we are going to here. How am I losing where everything is? Because I don't want to do Infernal Shrines, that's why. And it looks like it was indeed picked by Gambit Gaming. And let's do the command that Ekdar hates the spelling of. Or the grammar of. Ekdar really doesn't like the grammar behind this cast, in all honesty. They're not a fan of it whenever they see it. So they get to see that bad grammar once again. So, what does your horn sound like when you honk? Fiction, that's a very, absolute fiction. That's a very private question that you've just asked here. I'm not really comfortable answering that one. But no, we are going to be getting into it hopefully soon. I should say caster is ready and see if that prompts the teams to kind of get moving a little bit. No guarantee it will, but hey, may as well put it in there because I will need to say caster ready eventually either way. So that was a very good first map of the series. Unfortunately, Cloud of Mines didn't quite... I should say, Super Squad Spider Queen, for people who are joining now, was a very good map in the series. Looks like it was going to go Cloud of Mines' way for a while, but in the end it did go over to Gambit Gaming. It looks like it will be Inferno Shrine starting up now. The countdown has begun, and we should hopefully be seeing it shortly. Fiction, I know, I was making a joke. But Lionhouse is a liar and it doesn't work. Wow, look at that. Look, at least Lionhouse has a line bus emote. I do not even have one of my own, but we're into the draft, so let me swap it on over there. And I do not have a fax command, sorry to tell you. Unfortunately, my repertoire of commands is not as big as a lot of other channels. Infernal... No. Crizzo, get back in the draft! Back in your corner, Crizzo! But no, we will be getting into things. Now, we do see Vala banned out first once again. I imagine we're going to see Joe banned, because, well, it was banned out first last time. And we're going to see Malfowl banned, because Malfowl was banned last time. No one wants to let Kian do Malfowl. Crizzo, that's slander. It's alright, though. And look, oh look, Malfowl is banned out. Play Braxis Cowards. I agree with Raka. And fun fact, Raka, Braxis isn't even banned this series, but it's just very unlikely people pick it up, because, funny enough, people don't like playing Braxis. I wanted Braxis, the boys didn't. Well, pull rank, Crizzo, you're the captain. So what will the next ban be for Clouded Minds? What was it last time? Can't remember off the top of my head. Brightwing is banned out this time, however, not surprised. Crizzo did work on that. Yatra said, let's go CM, GG guys, try too hard, : P. Yeah, fair. I don't have any argument against that, actually. Yatra, we still love you, XD. There we go. Oh, I love everyone sometimes. But what is the final ban for them? Do we just get the Bruiser choke out once again? Junkrat this time. Yeah, Ruffian did a good job with it first time around. May as well get rid of it here. It does mean that Mephisto is still open? Yes, Mephisto is still open, which... This is arguably a better Mephisto map than the last one. So I don't really know how Cloud and Minds are going to feel about going into that. They just really don't want Vivala. And we see that Star Knight, however, does have Joe available to them. No one banned Joe. Which I love Banjo and Kazooie. What a good series up until the third game happened. Which doesn't exist. But no, right. What is going to be the first two picks for the side of Gambit Gaming? I imagine we're going to see Lucio. Wait, no, I can figure this out. Nexomania, we no ban. Okay, yeah, Nexomania doesn't count. Anduin and Mephisto. So Peach will be forced off their Anduin, but as I've been told, they have been playing a few other heroes this season. I just saw them do Anduin a lot last season, when they're actually in my division I was playing in. Albeit, I know I'm playing a division this season, just I have not had the time to actually play any of the games. It's very unfortunate. But I am a sub on that for a reason. And we can see Stukov and Blaze picked up. Kian, I think I was told, once again not wanting to get banned out, decides just to get rid of it now before anything else happens to them. And it is just another good thing to take away from the side of Gambit Gaming, as I do think that Blaze honestly is one of the best bruisers currently. We do see Chromie is banned out now by Gambit Gaming. What will we have banned out now? Anubarak. They do not want the Anubarak for Gambit. Well, they don't want the Gambit Gaming to have the Anubarak, which it seems that, yeah, if they have an 80% win rate on Anubarak, may as well ban it out. Data comes from Nexus. Yeah. Yeah. So, what will we see next? Thank you for raiding, Crush. Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope the stream went well. I don't know how the games went out, but hopefully very good games. But we see Hogger and May picked up, so this is the second May game in a row we get for Northern Touch, and Chelsea Hogger this time. Yeah, I think Chelsea ended up playing offlane. No. Chelsea swapped off offlane the last time. Best bruiser besides Artanis. Blaze? I seem to be Blaze, but we do see Galvis and Lunara picked up. So last pick, they are probably going to be looking... Oh, look. Awesome Mephisto was picked up. What a surprise. After they banned out first time round. So the question is, what will we see from Pearl Simon? I have no clue. Zul'jin, go. Orphea, go. It was my first guess. It was indeed Zul'jin. Swap round. I don't imagine we'll see too many swaps from here. It seems like everyone had picked their normal heroes, their normal roles. I do like the Stukov into Mephisto. It does make Mephisto a little bit harder to pilot around these objectives. Joanna and Blaze pretty hard to get into, and they've just got good all-round clear. The other team does also have a good all-round clear as well, and that single target damage from Zul'jin can really add up by the end, but match will be starting soon, so let me use the opening roll and see where we are on the other side of this. I wish my buttons would work whenever I clicked them. So, let's actually start with the side of Gambit Gaming this time. So, we do see Chriso on Anduin, Chelsea on Valhogga, Northern Touch, May, Selzaro on the Mephisto, and Pearl Simon on the Zul'jin. On the other side, we do have Beach, Stukov, Trelena on the Hoppy DBS, Lunara, Kian on the Blaze, Ruffian, Kael'thas, and Star Knight rounding things out on Joanna. And I don't know, McGiblets, if you're trying to bait people with saying that May is an S-tier tank, but I do know she is better than Arthas. Yas, Queens, let's go. What is this, Chriso? What is this? Maybe read that with my own. No, I'm joking. Right, we do see May gets eaten, a blind just directly in their face. Imagine how you would feel, actually, if Joanna just walked up to you and pointed light directly in your eye. That would suck. So no wonder Northern Touch missed there. And we do see there's a decent amount of damage coming onto Trelena. A lot of buttons used to clear that one wave, and really it's not quite necessary, but it does still get the rotational advantage available for Gambit Gaming. Once again, Northern Touch looking to slow down Clouded Minds. S for shivers. I like that. I enjoy her. I'm 100% the season so far of you. You know what? Fair enough. I know it's because I've been demoted to Vision. Ooh, and I have to read that my eyes as well. Nice charge by Kian coming out there. Good silence directly under Pilsum and doing a decent amount. Chelsea, Selzro all getting out pretty low. Northern Touch does not have the same luxury extended to them and goes down to the end. Now we do see the the left side siege camp being picked up by Clouded Minds. CLMT Hots, thank you for rating as well. Hope the Calamity Cup stuff is going well today as well. Right, Star Knight stepping on up. Good start to the wave clear. And we do now have the siege camp being picked up by Gambit Gaming. What's happening down here? We do have a neutral siege camp picked up by Clouded Mind. Star Knight just standing safely by, just going, you know what, guys, I'll just keep an eye on you. You'll all be fine and safe. But yeah, safe they will be. They get out that siege camp, and now we can see there are still all siege camp pushing up mid, all those impalers pushing up mid. And now I'm just looking at these impalers going, I want to play Diablo. But no, let's have a look down here. There's a little bit more of a tussle coming out. Diablo 4 aside, I did have fun with that this weekend. That's not what we're here for today. We're here for Heroes of the Storm. As the impalers do get cleared out, rotation coming up to mid, and imagine we will see each team starting their respective bruiser camp coming up in just a few moments. We do see that it is Clouded Minds on theirs. Gambit Gaming a little bit later. Surprised this isn't being done yet, but I imagine we will be seeing someone come into it soon. And yeah, there we go. There's Crizzle, Persimmon, and Salazar. On cue from when I said it. Imagine they'll be on soon. Lo and behold. They're getting it out now. I do like the timing a little bit better for this side of Clouded Minds, but I imagine now we'll just see a little bit more of a push up here. But it does mean that they are able to get onto the shrine immediately, and there's going to be a little bit more of a delay for the side of Gambit Gaming. And just like that, there's already 9 in favor of Clouded Minds. Star Knight holding high. Star Knight burn bright. Persimmon stepping right into them. And now we see Star Knight getting stunned for their efforts. Heal coming out from Peach. As I'm going to open up talents to have a quick look at what they picked. They did go with just standard silence builds. No burst healing from them, but they can still do pretty well. Salazar going to be on top of people. We do see stun coming out to Kian. Kian backing up for what they can. Does squeeze out. Peach getting a nice silence under Anduin. And meanwhile, Persimmon backing up, getting stacks fast as they can. They did go that recklessness, so they will be getting a decent amount. Salazar very low, does get pulled by Crizzle to safety just to heal them up to make sure they don't go down. But keep in mind, Gambit Gaming are now ahead of the shrine just by a few, but by enough. But we see it as Blaze going down first. And now this is a little bit costly. Ruffian getting some damage onto Persimmon. Persimmon goes down to the end, but at what cost? Because 2 left, and that will be the first Punisher of the game going over to Gambit Gaming, and it will be the Arcane Punisher. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Right, minions falling, and it looks like the jump will be baited out. There it is. Iron Skin is available. There we go. We do have the line bust from McGiblets now. Excellent. But right, that is going to be the wall going down slowly but surely. Crizzle and Northern Dutch doing the best. These 3 heroes aren't particularly known for their great siege potential. Sure, Salazar is probably better than the other 2, but you really wanted Zul'jin for all this. We can see that this Punisher is going down now. Gate, a little bit of 4, kind of roughly what you expect from the first objective of the game. And now they're looking at a little bit of a gank push. No, they're looking at stealing the camp, and I don't know about that one if I am Gambit Gaming. Oh, Trelena steps up a fair bit, but no, they're not going to get turned on by the enemy team. It is just going to be them able to pick up their own camp. Meanwhile, we have this bottom neutral camp being picked up by Gambit Gaming. Well, at least started by Gambit Gaming. I don't know if Star Knight gets there in time. Northern Touch can slow them down. We can see the shield wear coming out. But the camp has already been found by Gambit Gaming. Imagine if Clouded Minds just went from here to here and just captured this before Gambit Gaming could even get up there. That would have been very heads-up play. Would have been loved to see it, but no, we don't get it this time around. We may get some more aggressive plays like that when 10s come through, but we're still just a level shy of that for both teams. Oh, Persimmon just holding here. We do see Chelsea and Kian have a little bit of a scuffle just above everyone else. Nice charge by Kian. Now see Persimmon actually in trouble. Line coming out. There's the Iron Skin from Joanna. No 10, so no irons, no shield. Nah, what's it called again? No shield damage ult stun thing yet. How am I forgetting what the shield ult's called? Shield something or other. I can remember Radiating Faith, but why can't I remember the actual name of it? Anyway, we do have 10 through for the side of Gambit Gaming to start. We do have Shockwave Hogger, Ice Wall May, Taz, Dingo, Zul'jin, Light Bomb, Anduin, and, well, Mephistos make up his mind, but I imagine we're going to see, yep, there it is, Durance of Hate. And on the other side, we do have Blessed Shield, Joanna. I will actually open up the talent so everyone can see what's happening. Bunker, cooldown Bunker Blaze. We do also have a Phoenix, Calphus, Hoppy Stuff, Lunara. So we do have a Leaping Strikes. And rounding things out, we do have the Flailing Swipe, Stukov. And just have a note on... No, not Divine Shield. And just have a note on Quest as well. Subdue is going to be the pick for Joanna. It's still not actually done yet, but it does sometimes come a little bit down to chance if you get complete or not. Other things we do know is 15 globes from Calphus already, so Mana Addicts getting there. 3/4 away there, just needs a little bit more. Zul'jin at 9 stacks of Yuan Axe, as well as 3 stacks of Arcanite Axes. And last quest that hasn't quite gone there yet is Anduin with Piercing Light, who is at 3 stacks of that. And now we have the building being ran out again. Cool. Northern Dutch is here to go, hey, Ruffian, back up, bud. May is taking a decent amount for that small stand-up. Blessed Shield used real early. I would not have necessarily used that there if I was Star Knight. And now they're going to be missing a key cooldown in this upcoming team fight. Do you know what the worst thing is? I played Crusader in Diablo 3. I know how the character works. I've pushed that button many times. No, we do have the infinite spin there from Hogger. They're just going to go back and forth and back and forth. All the while there's a fight going underneath them. Endurance Fate comes out. Nice ice wall idea there to get stunned by that, but no, perfectly signed stun behind it. Calphus is going to be living. Bunker is being popped. Zul'jin backing out. Just a few health left on them, and they do get the heal on themselves. Peach gets in the bunker for fun, right? For just for one last Q. But that's going to be that kind of major team fight down. Anduin's dead, so an engage back here doesn't quite make sense if you are the side of Gambit Gaming. But I guess it does, considering Cloud of Minds is taking their sweet, sweet time actually doing this objective. Anduin will be back. And Anduin, more importantly, still has Light Bomb available. What, Durance is back in 10. We see Ice Wall's back. Blessed Shield is back as well. Saying that Blessed Shield has been ripped. We can see now Anduin trying their best to keep Mephisto alive. Mephisto goes down. Pearl Simmon all the while stacking, but it looks like Ruffian, the next one in danger, pops their Mana Shield. Mana Addict had been completed. Pearl Simmon gets the heal off on themselves. Anduin at least is up this time to heal. They are just down for Mephisto. But we do now have all these heroics coming back up. It's been a good 70, 80 seconds now of this objective. But no, it looks like the side of Gambit Gaming finally forego doing this objective. They give up on it, decide to get value elsewhere, as all while that was happening, Cloud of Minds did get further and further ahead on the objective itself. They will be picking it up, but now it will be just Gambit Gaming painting the map red, getting those camps. You can see left camp getting taken, right camp getting taken, both siege camps. Imagine if they had Venom rotate and do bottom as well. But we can see now there is an aggressive push with a Frozen Punisher coming on out. That's not necessarily something you want to leave to its own devices. Anduin gets stopped from halving. Yeah, Anduin does get stopped from halving. And now Kian has a little bit to deal with of their own. Nope, they're going to stop Hogget. Or we're going to say this fault then stop Hogget? I don't know. Does Blaze know what's happening? Anyway. Frozen is going to be pushing in. It's really deep now. It looks like the side of Cloud of Minds got what they wanted. They got top 4. And I am more than happy just to use cleanup duty now. Blaze, unfortunately, did charge in a little bit too late to the camp. Chelsea got what they wanted. Kian, none the wiser for most of it. That's very unfortunate for them. Right, looking like we're going to step up again soon. Blessed Shield is back up. Just going to quickly bring these talents up so we know what's happening. Northern Touch does have that very well timed at this point. Nice floating swipes by Peach does mean that... Well, I'd say it does mean that Calphus lives a little bit longer. But no, we see the man face down just in the dirt there. Pearl Simmon, what stacks are we at? Actually didn't mean need it. 19 and 15 respectively for Yuan Axe and Arcanite Reaper. Arcanite Axes. Yeah. Right. 4 out of the 5 members defending mid. Hogger is bottom, so we do have a 4v4 here. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out. That maybe it is indeed Zul'jin down. Unfortunately, you can't has Dingo when you're silenced and stunned. Trelena does jump over Sellers, or actually does jump over May, and eats a lot of damage for their efforts. Nice silence, but good pull by Crizzo. Peach being very proactive with silences, getting into very good positions with him. Salazar getting some good resets. Star Knight looking to see if they can be cheeky, get a stun onto them. But no, back to their shade they go. And that will be Mephisto fine in the end. There's no good real check here for Cloud Mines. I would have liked to see them actually pick up. I guess they wouldn't have though, because Joanna was available. You don't really want to give Joe up. Oh, Joe gets hit with the... Ooh. Joe gets hit alone with the Durance of Hate. We do see they pop Iron Skin, but unfortunately we do see also Peach popping the Flailing Swipes, which wasn't a necessary use of a cooldown there. Sure, it is short enough to where it will be back soon-ish, but next objective should be also being called in the next 10-20 seconds or so. It feels like the next 10-20 seconds, I'm not quite sure exactly. It just feels like it's been a while. Meanwhile, top, we do see that Gambit Gaming is just clearing things out. We do see a lot of safe play, a lot of just let's get our own stuff, let's get our own camps, make sure to take our time, think things through, then move on to the next and see what's going to happen. Right, that is going to be a cleared wave. What are we going to get is the question. Oh look, there's the shrine. And it is going to be bottom this. Once again, it's going to be bottom. So mid lane has not had a shrine yet. I think it's gone top, bot. Meanwhile, we do see this Bruiser camp is still pushing. Zul'jin, Persimmon, just quickly slowly doing their one. Yes. Chelsea is going to be tearing this top Bruiser camp apart. So we do see objective being started bottom, and it is this time going to be a Mortar Punisher, I believe. Indeed, it is going to be a Mortar Punisher. Silence Puddle coming out from Stukov, but no one home this time. 16s are through, so I'm going to quickly open up talents just to close them again immediately, because we have a team fight coming out. Salazar does use Shade into there. Unfortunately, Hogger didn't quite get the... Well, what's it called? They didn't quite get the shockwave right way around. They did end up pushing it back towards the core. Bill Simonson left alone, and they die before Taz Dengo could be bopped once again. We see Bunker Blaze coming out. Does hit them with a Q-snipe from the bunker itself. That is an excellent hit. If you're Kian there, you nearly wanted that one. But keep in mind, last time we got to 20s, there was the turnaround of Gambit Gaming took over. So this has been a very back and forth map so far. It very much becomes a question of how does Cloud & Mines do into the late game. Blaze will need to go top to clear that Bruiser camp, but it looks like for now it will be Cloud & Mines pushing with that Mortar Punisher. And they do pick up the Bruiser camp as well, just a little bit of bolstering the objective. Northern Touch does not really want to eat the jump up there, fair enough. Getting the Punisher jump on you out there may be a little bit of a death sentence. Especially because Joanna does have Blessed Shield up. Oh, there's the jump. Nice pull. No Blessed Shield used there. Very fortunate that Star Knight didn't, because it would have been all for naught. So this becomes winnable for GG, yeah. And as said, Granite Gaming did win it after 20s last time, so who knows how this turns out again this time. In saying that, Pearl Simon is still stacking. They're 5 stacks off you on Axe, only 24 stacks on the Arcanite Axe themselves. Mephisto is going kind of that proper Lightning Nova build, and they are going Static Field as well. So I imagine we will see Mimic here at level 20 for Mephisto, which is still a lot, even without things such as a Unspeakable Horror upgrade at 20, which adds that 5.5 second silence. And that full team just decided to absolutely destroy that Wisp, just smote it off the spot it stood. Well, floated, I guess, would be the better term for it. But yeah, we are just getting roaming as a 5-pack. I imagine we'll see aggression coming out from Cloud & Mines now, but we see 20s, because we see Fortified Bunker, we see the Natural Advantage, Intensifying Toxin Damage. We do also see that it is Blinded by the Light Joanna, Flamethrower Kael'thas, and Controlled Chaos Stukov. Yeah, Controlled Chaos and Stukov. Blaze gets a little bit of fire coming on out. We do see that Star Knight and Co. does pick up the Siege Cap. And now they're going to see what they can do to soft push this, because they are itching for a fight. No objective will be up in about 30-40 seconds, but that won't quite be as much of an advantage as Cloud & Mines wants. You can see they're wanting to get what they can while they have this advantage, and very smartly Gambit Gaming is not going to give them that. They're just holding defensive enough where they can play safe up in 20. They let Chelsea go, get some soak, go away, get some soak, come back. But they are holding aggressive enough to where they can keep this building up for as long as possible. But once again, this middle lane is not going to be having an objective for it. It's just going to be top. Starlight has taken a lot of damage for the efforts. They have backed all the way up. All while this has happened, we now are halfway through 19 for Gambit Gaming. They've held out very well so far. Right, Blaze is getting top lane. We can see that Bruiser Camp is being picked up by the side of Cloud of Mines. And now Gambit Gaming is also making their way to theirs. So the question becomes, what will happen here? Oh, there's a shrine. Cool. 20s will be up soon. I do like the choice of grabbing the siege camp now, because it means that Gambit Gaming will have something they actively need to deal with on map. But as predicted, we do have Mimic from the Mephisto, Shatter May, Zul'jin has gone Amani Resilience, Cincha Anduin, and Shockwave upgrade of Power Spike from Hogger. Let's note that, well, Gambit Gaming's already set up on objective, and this is now going to be a scary territory for the side of Clouded Mines. I like to see Hogger bounce on that one little zone. It's not quite the square we're used to seeing, but it does still work. Camp has been cleared up, and we are now at 17 of 40 for the side, 18 of 40 for the side of Gambit Gaming. And all the while, Trelane is spreading this poison. And that is a lot of damage coming out onto May. May doesn't have flash freeze, and May goes down pretty instantly. We do see the Mimic coming out. There is that defensive blinded by the light coming out from Joanna. Taz Dingo dropped by Zul'jin, healing all of them. But meantime, Blaze in their bunker directly in front of him, charges to safety. And that was a good fight to remove May. May didn't have flash freeze. Yeah, sure, you could still get flash freeze procs, and you silence. Oh, Trelane is caught in the Venn diagram of, oh no, that's a lot of pain. And that is a dead Mephisto vote finally by the end of it all. And Pearl Simon doesn't actually have that shade anymore. Star Knight very low, does pop there. Blinded by the light once again. Nice charge by Kian. Ruffian now getting what damage they can onto Chelsea. But no, it looks like objective will just be started by will truly be getting into the swing of things for Cloud of Mines as Gambit Gaming realizes they have a camp they haven't really dealt with, and that core has been dropping actually pretty quickly. I'd like to see a little bit of aggression there from Cloud of Mines to stopping Chelsea from getting all the way back here. But as it is, that's a 40% left on core. 40 exactly, wow. And that's now a scarier spot for Gambit Gaming. But keep in mind, last map they did also get to 50% and eventually came back. This one, however, will be a little bit harder to get that kind of all the deaths, Web Weavers snowball to a victory. This one you need a lot more kind of pressures. To no shade from the Lord of Hatred. Melville, what the hell, man? No, it's alright. But you seriously, it is Arcane Punisher coming in, Paul coming out into Northern Touch, all the way down south. Actually gets the Punisher down to leash onto... Nope, never, oh, no. Yep, it's going to punch the middle. That's alright, because it is still the space bound for Cloud and Mines. We do see the jump coming up, finding two once again. Kian falling a little bit short with charge. Northern Touches get bombs spread to them. Throws a snowball on top of Ruffian for their efforts. And now we can see that Bunker is being dropped. That core also going down pretty quickly now at the end of it all. Bunker, there's 4 people in it. 4 people with 50 armor, though. So that is the second map of the series. Go over the Cloud of Mines. And that will lead us to a map number 3. Also, hi Ty, I hope you're doing well today. Well, that is a hell of a place to go. Winions softened up the core well and truly enough. And, well, we can see that this is going to be the effort for... I really need to just switch over to this screen. But can't be bothered doing the whole roll. So, in terms of stats, we do see that Blaze 192k soaked to Hogger's 156. Hero damage 40k on Lunara to 72k Mephisto. Mephisto did an excellent amount there. We can see that late game fight was terrifying when it came to them. But it was not quite enough for them to fully get it back. I've watched too many drag shows. You know what, Melville? Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Not going to judge you yet. And we've kind of had the roles reversed this time, where it was Krizzo with the 90-ish K healing compared to an Anduin's 50k healing. It's the other way around. We have Stukov Peach, 92k healing compared to 53k from the Anduin. And in terms of Soak, for last kind of important stack to talk about, because I really couldn't care less about self-healing. Basically even between Blaze and Hogger, just 2k between them. In terms of talents, if anyone is interested, what do we have here? As I realize I haven't updated a score yet. I've got hiccups. Bugger. There we go. Shield Glare Joe. So kind of standard builds across the board. I do like the pickup of Shatter. Shatter is one of those good ones where it can do very well. However, unfortunately for May was caught out really early in that team fight, and the silence below them was just a little bit too much for them to actually deal with. And that's unfortunate if you are May, because you need that. Sometimes you do need that flash freeze. And Zul'jin actually fell under the same issue a few times. They were silenced or stunned for so long where they wouldn't have a chance to pop Tazdingo. And while on paper Tazdingo is an X on Heroic, if you can't use it, it's not good. It's just as simple as that. Well, I guess that's the same for any hero. If you can't use them, they're not good. If you can't push X, Y, or Z to make it work, it's not good. That really is a redundant sentence the more and more I think about it. It's kind of like the video I remember seeing Crush retweet the other day about baseball, just going like, if America wants to win, they need to outscore their opponents. I'm like, yes, that is how the sports works. That is how sports ball works. So now we do have one apiece. That is a interesting spot to be in for this match. I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot. So Cloud of Minds and Gambit Gaming, what are we going to see for the last map? Gambit Gaming, I don't actually know if they'll pick first pick or map pick this time around. We have seen map pick both times for we have seen them have map pick both times so far, but it was because Cloud of Minds did choose first pick both those times. So I'm wondering if Gambit Gaming goes, okay, we've got one last map that we could pull out of nowhere and see what we can do, or are they going to throw it to Cloud of Minds to map pick for the first time this series, going, you know what? We've had our go with map picks. Let's have you try it now. You don't have first pick. You don't have that guaranteed Joe. You'll need to ban her. And that may be what we see. However, I can't tell for certain yet because we don't quite have a lobby. What map would it be, though, is the question. Volskaya, maybe? Maybe Volskaya? Maybe Alterac? Maybe Alterac, maybe Volskaya. Yeah, one of those two is what I'm thinking so far. Not quite sure what it could be, but it is likely one of those. Oh, man. Do you ever just stretch after a while and just go, man, that's a good stretch? Come on, drum roll, kids. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? What are we going to get? I'm very excited to see how this series ends, because it has been a very good one so far. And actually, these teams are relatively close on the board. I think it's 2-4. I think this is match number 2. This map number 4. Here's profile. No, that's not right. I was looking like, oh, there it is. No, that's a different game. Division B West. I nearly clicked on C West, and that's just entirely incorrect. So CM is number 2 versus number 4. Those are exactly it. And it looks like I was wrong on both accounts of what map it will be, because we have something that I don't see often. It is going to be, as I slowly build up time to myself so I can get it in here, Garden of Terror. And it was picked by Cloud of Minds. So we did see Gambit Gaming did go with the choice of, yeah, you know what? We're going to go first pick this time. You're going to have to ban out Joe. And I guess we'll have to see how Cloud of Minds deal with it, as they have had first pick both times thus far. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to see how this one goes. It is I feel like this can go either way. But it may just be fooling to how the last maps went, where Cloud of Minds had such a good position for a while, and then kind of had a problem first map. It was much more even the second map, and I'm hoping it's much more like the second map, where it is even throughout the whole series and not just one over the other. Because that does definitely make for a more interesting game, at least for me to watch, to me to cast as casters. I imagine it's much more exciting than people to watch as viewers. I'd much rather watch a close game. I'd much rather play a close game as well than just win through a stomp. Winning via like any kind of major stomp margin kind of seems boring almost to me. It does kind of go, but why? What fun do you have in a stomp? So I do love seeing these close games. So that's why I do like Division. A, B, C are all pretty good, where they can be very close. There is obviously some discrepancies in that statement, as you can, if you get the top versus bottom, not often will it be close, but it can be. There can still be moments you're like, actually maybe we can see the team in the bottom finally gonna pull it off, where they get so close to winning, but not quite. But this is two kind of top of the table teams kind of going at it. We're at 1 apiece, so no domination here today. And that's what I like to see. I like to see the 2-1 hots. I'm pretty sure teams want to see their own games won in 2-0 fashion, but I do like seeing good matches of 2-1 hots as a viewer. Garden of Terror. First ban, first pick to Gambit Gaming. How will their plan change now that they have first pick? And how will Cloud of Minds change up their strategy now that they have second? Hard to say, in all honesty. I think it will be very similar to what's happened previously. I think we're going to see roughly the same bets. Malfowl banned out first. What will we see next? Will we see a Hogger? Will we see a Junkrat? No, we see a Brightwing. Fair enough. Right, spinning wheel. What will you show me? It's counting down. Stukov banned. You know what? Fair enough. Peach did very well that last time, man. It says Clouded Minds, Trainwreck! Not that! I haven't even put CM in the title! I made it very clear. I made it as clear as possible. But, don't know how I feel about Joke, in all honesty, dude. But, anyway, we do have this series going on. First pick. Is it going to be Joanna? They've left the ball in the court. They've left Joanna up. They've left... No, we get Felstar picked up first by Pearl Simon. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm going to be honest, don't know if I necessarily agree with it. But, that's alright. So, what are we going to see next? Joanna is available for the side of Cloud of Minds. It did make it through that first pick. And we can see Blaze Joanna once again. It worked so well the first time, why not use it a second time? Right, second and third pick, what are we going to see? Lucio and Dahaka. I was expecting to see the Lucio earlier, in all honesty, so I'm surprised it's only coming out now. But that's still a pretty good pick to grab. Countdown coming. It is going to be the third ban for the side of Clouded Minds. What will we see? Mephisto. You know what? Sellers who are popping off the end with Mephisto did very well, but I don't know if it gets quite as much value on this map. And Anduin has been picked up by the side, or banned out by the side of Gambit Gaming. So, what? We still see, I don't know what Peach plays off it. Rhaegar, I know they're pretty good at. Malfurion, they do pretty well at. What else is there? They've played this season? I don't know. Uther, technically they've played. I'd love to see Ufa right now, dude. But we do see Rhaegar and we do see Vala picked up. Which, considering they banned Vala twice, interesting that they get the pickup on it now, considering it has been banned out for against Gambit Gaming. Which I guess, I don't know who their Vala player is. Maybe it's Salazar? It is Salazar. So they may have held their time a little bit too long. They valued the other heroes a little bit more. And we can see that that may have backfired. It may have been their plan to go Vala. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They may pick up Double Bruiser. But no, we see Diablo and Sylvanas. So it is going to be a game of what lane are they going to go cheese, Clouded Minds. Pick a lane. It's going to be top or bottom. Hell, it would be funny if it was mid, but it will be top or bottom. And let's see if you either play it safe, take the gamble, or lose it all. Play it safe, or do we take the gamble and win or lose it all is going to be the question. But no, last pick coming up, Clouded Minds. What is it going to be? It is going to be Li Ming. Alright, swap round. Anything on the swap? Probably not. Oh, yes, we had already see a swap. Salazar and Chelsea swapped around. Chelsea. Okay, guys, seriously, calm down. I'm going to stop reading your names if you keep doing this. But it looks like they have chilled a little bit. Chelsea Pilsum and ended up on the normal heroes and we see Falstad on Salazar. So that will be the draft. Once again, I'll be running the opening screen, and I'll catch you guys on the other side of it. See you in game for this final map of this best of 3. And for the last map of this series, let's start. Did I really say Granite Gaming again? I knew I was going to say it at some point. God. Gambit Gaming and Granite Gaming is something I mess up a lot. And let's go CMC as more experience. Anyway, introducing teams. For Clouded Minds, we do see Kian on the Blades, Ruffian, Li Ming, Peach, Rhaegar, Star Knight, Joe, and Trelena Vala. On the other side, we do have Sylvanas, Pilsum, going bottom alone. We do also see Crizzo on the Lucio, Northern Dutch, Diablo, Salazar, Falstad, a very colourful Falstad of that, and Chelsea is going to be the Dahaka. I can't believe I see Granite Gaming. I say it so much. Also, welcome, Cos. Welcome, Weenus. Hope you're both doing well. And I guess welcome back, McGiblis. Thought you've been a bit quiet for a while. But we do see that it is going to be the wave slowly being torn apart. Chelsea is already there. You see that Sylvanas got a little bit of tower, not too much, as Ruffian is going to have to deal with him. Not the easiest time for Ruffian, but it is going to be... God damn it. Okay. Train, that first one was on you. The second one's on me. I'll absolutely own up I messed up by saying Granite Gaming. I'll give you that, but I'm not saying the first one. Gambit Gaming. I know of all groups, this is the one I mess up most. I apologize to Crizzo that I do constantly mess up the org name. I really shouldn't, and I do apologize about that. But no, we do have those waves and cleared up. Camps are available, all while Ruffian and Pilsum in the good old tussle. But Pilsum has the advantage here. They just need to dodge what Ruffian puts out. Ruffian doesn't dodge that as... Never mind, Pilsum got hit by an orb the size of Massachusetts. I don't know. I don't know what states are, man. That seems like that's the first state I thought of off the top of my head. Where it is, I could not tell you to save my life. Put a map in front of me, tell me where each state is in the US. I'll be like, you know what? Just do it now. I'm not gonna survive that. Ruffian, very low, does have tap available. And they now have a bruiser camp to push with them, so they do have a little bit extra health. They won't have to deal with Pilsum. And I'm just like, who the hell do I see over there? Crizzo is going to be over there, just starting the camp for the team. We will see Violet is going mid. Well, dealing camp mid. And let's have a look at talents. We do have it as the auto attack Vala. 11 stacks on that so far. They probably do, in all honesty. We do see Lightning Shield Rhaegar. I do like to see it, especially when you have tanks that like to go in a little, or frontline likes to go in, such as Joanna and Blaze. We also have the Unstop on Blaze. We actually have far more tank style build. Not often you see Meltdown and new habits in the offlane, but it is definitely an interesting one to see. So, Blaze, what is your plan? This is not the standard offlane Blaze we see. Nope. How long till Star Knight and Northern Touch find each other? Now is the answer. A few seconds. But in terms of other stacks, we do also have Diablo with Soul Stone. We do have Tissue Regeneration, Dahaka. And Gathering Storm, Falstad. Krizo just walks up, slaps Trelana in the face with music and leaves. Does it again. Krizo may actually die this time. Their hubris was their downfall. You can skate to the music, you can feel the beats, but at the end, he was caught dragging his feet. So that was a very dead Lucio. Kian standing in the middle lane, doing what they can to clear things out. Meanwhile, bottom, we do see Peach and Trelana doing their best there. Which, Pilsum going wet, this isn't as easy to deal with as they are. Li Ming bombarding me from afar. And that'd be corrected, it's much harder. But right, 7s are through for both teams now. So Vera, Vose, Talents. Also should note that Subdue on Joanna, but that has not been completed yet, and may still be a little bit till we see a completion on it. Right, how's this fight going on? Trelana in trouble. That's him dead. We did. Who left the Gambit? Who left the person with Gambit alone? Mistake. And that is a very unfortunate death onto the Vala, as that is one stack lost. He felt the beat, alright. He did indeed. Also, Kian doing their best to hold alone between Northern Touch and Chelsea. We see Northern Touch bops Kian right into a wall as Tongue comes out, and that's Kian actually going to go down. Just Northern Touch and Chelsea alone. Kurzo rides on up, gets their revenge by blasting the sound directly on top of him. Now we can see Falstad is bottom alone, but they do have flight to come up if available. It looks like it is just going to be Clouded Minds backing on up, giving the room, and will just defend their forts, maybe? I don't know. Sellers Row has been left alone for a while. Poison damage for win, yeah. That Shadow Dagger can do a lot in a lot of situations. They're not stacking it, I believe. No, they're not stacking it, I believe. But it is still minus armor on top of it as well. Chelsea went for the tongue onto Peach. However, Peach did just keep rotating up away from them. And Chelsea, unfortunately, could not quite... Even if Chelsea did read that, they wouldn't have been able to quite reach, not with their length of tongue. Maybe at the 16, but definitely not now. Right, Seed being called. And we do have the Steel coming up. 10s are available is why for this side of... Oh my god, hi, Celisra. How you doing? 10s are available for the side of Cloud, for the side of Gambit Gaming, was what I was about to say. Because we do see the Apocalypse Diablo on top of it. W build, interesting. High five, Lucio. Isolation to Haka. Sylvanas has gone for Wailing Arrow. And rounding things out, we do have Wind Tunnel on the Felstad. Nice. Right, teams picking the other 10s because we do see Blizzard Shield. We do see Gust being used now. We do see the Apox not quite finding anyone either. Alex notice we do have Rain of Vengeance Vala. This is Great Li Ming. Cooldown Bunker Blaze. And last but certainly not least is the Ancestral Healing Peach. And that is a first stack of Gambit complete for Vala. And it's also the demise of Diablo. Pre-Soulstone as well, so it'll be a little bit off. But at least they won't lose any of their tankiness. Nice Orb hit by Ruffian. Peach biting on to say maybe not the best choice. You're not quite in a safe spot there, Peach. But no, they do rotate out to safety. And the Seed is going to be picked up by, or at least attempt to be picked up by the side of, oh. Blessed Shield it? No, you don't have Blessed Shield for another 20 feet. Just another few seconds. Kian is a spot above it, but ultimately going to be fine. Nice charge onto the Sylvanas. Diablo getting a charge down from Nani onto Trelana. But Trelana is going to be safe. Stays out of a bunker. Is going to keep their length. Peach getting aggressive on the Salazar. But meanwhile, Kian and Co are in trouble below. And that looks like to be Diablo going down first. And Li Ming finds an excellent orb. Finds two of that one. Tongue, however, finds Peach. That's the healer down. Trelana, you're not quite in the spot you want to be. But they do take out Dahaka. Salazar is on top of Star Knight now. Trelena rolls in. They do have Death Dealer available to them. They go down. They both do go down. Mutually assured destruction. Vala found free, but the wave ended her at the end of the day. And that's yet another stack of Gambit gone from the Vala, and that's a little bit slower once again. It is starting to add up now. We've got 10% slower auto attacks on that Vala. Also, this camp was stolen. I was like, I'm just sitting here while I'm itching my arm. But no, we do see that it is going to be seed, the third seed for Clouded Minds. If they get this for Plant Terrors are for them. If not, if it is just Gambit Gaming getting it, that's just another seed. And they do have then the 3 vs 3. 3 out of 3 vs 3 out of 3 fight coming up after that. Oh, I'm tired. Anyway, that's not about the game. The game I actually am finding very enjoyable. I'm just always a perpetually tired boy. Well, boy may not be correct. I'm a rather large dude at this point. Rather tall, but either way. Shield falling short from Star Knight, and that is a very important cooldown that you now don't have. Charge coming out. It does find Peach, but Peach is ultimately going to find. We see Salazar is now here. Nice stun by Kian. Salazar looking to separate everyone. Does get stunned, however, does gust at the same time. The stun's coming out, but Salazar is now effectively out of the fight considering where they were positioned. Nice charge by Kian. Northern Touch trying to peel, but they will see Harker going down. Salazar getting cheeky behind. Laser Beam. Disintegrate doesn't quite find Northern Touch. Went down to 26 health at the lowest, but did not go lower than that. And that means it is going to be the Plant Terrors coming out for the side of Clouded Minds. We do see one bottom, one mid, one top, as is for Wei. We can see Vala's making way down bottom. Interesting. Guys, stop yawning. I really want to stop yawning right now. Life. Right, we see these buildings are getting felled. Nice, stunned by Star Knight. Iron Skin pops. Where's the wasted chip? No, you only have 3 here. It's not necessarily good timing for it. Sure, you can get a decent amount of splash damage with Ruffian with it, but without the Vala, it's not quite as a good idea. But Vala has been opening this up. Trelena has had their time just to wail on this building a little. Haven't really been bothered by Chelsea with the Haka being there. At Space Yoshi, however, is going to back on up to safety. And we are going to see just a little safe positioning around the place. Peace drops a totem. Disintegrate opens up the wave. Now ping like, hey, not safe being here, guys. Where's the enemy team? Star Knight finds him. We see Apocalypse coming out. Catches Salazar on the way through. That is going to be a Blizzard Shield coming out. And that is a very dead bird. Felstad is going down. Charging Kian. Does find decent stun. And we do see Lucio try to high-five more, but went down themselves. However, there's a Plant Terror there to catch the enemy team. Star Knight, Peach, and Trelena doing their best to catch Diablo. But Diablo did heal through that W, going through the whole team. And that is just a double kill for the side of Clouded Minds. But it is still a double kill. You do have now a full level advantage, essentially. And they are holding forward, not intending to let go of that advantage. No, never mind, they've left. They're going to do the camp. Oh, Harker gets the tongue onto the minion. Nice. But no, we do see that the teams are going to go in. A little bit of rotating, a little bit of time around. They are going to get it to cleared. Pearl Simon is here to do that. But we do now see that there is just a full 5-man rotations coming out from Clouded Minds. They're not quite wanting to be caught out for the meantime. Not while they're ahead of their 16s. If we want to see if there's an opportunity to get a good fight. But looks like now is going to be the time to split. Nope, never mind. All back here. I guess there's really nothing else to do on map, as everything is so pushed out for Clouded Minds. Oh, okay, not mid. Everything else is really pushed out for Clouded Minds, so they can't afford to step up to give that soak. And I wish that I'd see Gambit Gaming freezing a little bit more to make sure they can't get that soak. Because they don't really have a good person to effectively get that experience and escape. It's kind of a major thing that they need to watch out for. But I do now see that there is a good fight to happen down here. It's just 3 of the team members. Albeit to a global. Nice Blessed Shield. Only caught 1. Oh, stunning Northern Touch. Mid-flight. See Northern Touch is going down. No, they do get a tap off, and it is just going to be them healing up quite a bit. Star Knight getting a stun. Canceling out flip. Well, once again, Ruffian with a very well-placed Ling Ming Orb. Finding 2. And that's, more importantly, a Soul Stone reset. And now we get a call to go to the fort once again. That makes sense of the damage now, however. It is going to be a...
That seed is ready for gathering.
glass cannon leaning. I'm just having a look to see what's happening. Felstad is starting to get up there on the Gathering Storm tax. All the way at 60 so far. 101 stacks on the Stormcaller and 122 on Creed of a Hunter. So they're all getting up there relatively effectively. I do like Gloom picked up on Vala. It does save you from a lot as well. This seems to be working out for Blaze. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, experience total. Pretty even with Dahaka so far. Very good stuff there, making sure you're kind of staying in it, keeping the team slightly ahead. Wait, yeah. You can see it isn't through necessarily minion experience, it's definitely through the hero experience itself. About a 7k difference there in favor of Cloud of Mines. The Gust was awful. It wasn't great, but not all your Gusts can be excellent. Some, you're just getting the bad Gust out of the way now, so when you get that Wind Tunnel at level 20, Salazar is going to pop off. One bad Gust for a very good Wind Tunnel, I'll take that trade. And the thing is, Gambit Gaming still have all their buildings up. They do have a means to live through this still. And they do, as I said, have very scary 20s coming through. They have things such as Hellgate available. They have things such as Mixing Fire. And more importantly, Wailing Arrow, well, Wind Tunnel into Wailing Arrow can be such a nightmare. I do like the aggression that is coming out from Gambit Gaming. They are wanting to make things a little bit more even. See, bottom fort is found. However, all while mid fort was taken by Clouded Mines. My camera work really needs work, man. Every time I look at my own stream and go, man, my camera work, god awful. Could be worse, but it could definitely be better. But 19 to 18, a little bit of experience lead for the side of Cloud of Mines, just half a level. Chelsea getting very aggressive in the MT. Nice charge by Kian. And that, however, is an overextend by the Dahaka. And now this is somewhere you don't want to be if you're the side of Gambit Gaming. But fight they need to. Nice stun by Kian once again. There's Ancestral from Starlight. It's 3-4 down. And now Salazar does roll to safety. And they're wanting to make sure they don't go down here. And now, are we getting an end call coming out top? Or are we just going to get, let's open everything up? So we have so much room to spread our wings. Pete drops Totem just to start sieging it themselves. And Mirror's team goes, oh yeah, we can do that, can't we? And we do now have that wave being cleared up. Kian and Co pushing into the building itself. Felstad, the sole defender. And are they going to be able to... I imagine they'll half and use Gust if need. But it looks like that Gambit Gaming are not going to be quite losing here. Felstad is available to make sure and hinder, dissuade the team of Cloud of Mines from leaving. Dahaka minimap.
It will sprout before you know
What? What do you mean Dahaka minimap? I need more explanation for this Dahaka minimap, Rock. But no, in terms of 22 doors to see that it is going to be Wonder by the Light, Fortified Bunker, Farseer's Blessing, Telrash's Elements, and Fireflight Quiver. Bunch of Mistquake minimap, yeah, possibly. Hard to say.
collect the seed.
Where are you guys up to? Yeah, it is very possible.
They don't feel a thing.
They are going to need a fight this one of their down 20s. They're wanting to stall as long as they can. Diablo does get a nice little fire stomp out, but no, nothing there. And this camp thing is such an inconvenient spot for the team. It's very unfortunate. But they're over 20s. Dahaka may burrow down immediately as we see it all coming through. You see there's the Hellgate, there's the Isolation, there is Wind Tunnel. And that is a good Wind Tunnel. We can see it is going to be for Vala going down first. Bunker was dropped for a bit of orbit. Vala couldn't get back in. And we see now that it's just one good team fight, one good Wind Tunnel. And lo and behold, Gambit Gaming get the objective. So the next objective will be a free objective. And that will be an interesting spot for both teams as well. It's definitely more needed to win that one than Gambit Gaming, because if Gambit Gaming wins it, they don't necessarily win, but they don't lose either. And if Cloud of Mines gets it, it's more than likely Cloud of Mines will take the series home. And now we're just getting the side of Gambit Gaming going, you know what? I've heard just what you said, Lime. Let's make you change your mind about that one. Open up a single lane bottom and mean that we do have our win condition up. It is just in the bottom lane as opposed to the top. Tongue coming out. Starlight apparently not in it. Right, the camp's down. The bolt's down as well. You need to start making your way up. You do not want to give away this seed for free. Especially as it is a plant terror seed. Warning pings coming out. Sellers already started clearing. Krizo standing next to it shooting. Star Knight is available to stall. Chelsea now available in the backline. I don't know if it is Miss Quick now. I'm looking at how Chelsea is playing this game. Nice charge by Kian. Western Shield coming out, hitting Pearlsim and directing on top of the head. There's a wind tunnel. Kian very aggressive. Does have to drop a bunker. Wind tunnel is over now. And now we can see that the fight is going to continue. Silence, Wailing Arrow coming on out. Ruffian trying their best to live. Blinks out. 15 health left. But no, its blade's going down over here instead. Oh, blind. That is a dead Falstad. Krizo, however, all the while is on objective. Grabs it. You see Li Ming goes down. Don't know why she came back in. I knew she was already low. So I think that may have been a misstep doing that as Li Ming. But we can see the teams running away. They do use black arrows on this mid building. I don't know about that one from Pearl Simon. I think you'd rather do it bot. But no, there is going to be the plant terror there soon. And we can see that this building is quickly falling. And now the attention turns to the bottom lane. But lane with the weakest amount of structures left, as well as the most likely for the team of Gambit Gaming to end. Because funnily enough, those two overlap quite a bit. But this plant terror still has plenty of health left in it. What are we at level 7? Alright. We are also the move speed on Vala at level 7. No Monster Hunter here. Oh, that is a seed being plopped down directly behind them. Trelena clearing this out. We do see Starlight and Co. also making their way down. And that is going to be now open. We do see we see them defending pretty well, actually. And it is going to be Tahaka Chelsea forced on out. All the while, top 4 is still up. Not for long, potentially. But I do see the defense is coming out here still. Tahaka started making way up and realized, actually, maybe the team needs me with them. We don't necessarily need to attack top. It will eventually go down anyway. And we can see here, there's a lot of pressure underneath it. One full wave plus a plant terror who has this plant out. Decent amount. It does go down at the end. And we can see that 4 is going to go down as well. Wind tunnel is available again. Starlight has found Overtouch. Good work scouting that bush. Right, we do see it's a very split front for this side of Gambit Gaming. Meanwhile, Cloud and Minds playing a lot more together, playing very safe, wanting to make sure, as I said before, they're not going to lose anyone this late into the game. But meanwhile, it is far more fast and loose from Gambit Gaming. They are wanting the win, and you can see they're smelling blood in the water. They know that Cloud and Minds are running a bit scared currently, and they're trying their best to get what value they can while we're in this situation. Which may as well. And that is going to go down that way, that camp. So now we have that Bruise camp coming out. We can get actually an aggressive rotation onto here, and it seems to be the case. Ruffian steps up a little bit first. Maybe not that aggressive from your backliner is probably a good idea. We can see that is another building going down. So now we are in a very even spot. In fact, we're in a spot that favors Gambit Gaming. This is new in this map. It is Gambit Gaming in charge of things. It's been mostly either Cloud and Minds or pretty neutral. But this is exactly what you need. And if you're Cloud and Minds, you don't even need to go to this objective. You can just spend your time clearing the lanes, making sure you're not going to lose anything else. No winions. You just want to play a game where you know you have a decent modem of control over how it's going to end. We see Northern Touch tanking with Shamblers, but he gets healed up pretty quickly from Krizo as they are the amp it up. Up for frequency, sorry. So they do have a reasonable way to get that cooldown back and heal again more. Not Rejuvenescia, however. Right. I keep yawning. So sorry, guys. Apparently I just had a bad sleep last night.
You would best be ready to gather another seed, heroes.
Another seed, heroes. And we do have 1 out of 3 for the side of Gambit Gaming. Clouded Minds are at out 2 out of 3. Northern Touch and Starlight have found each other. Blaze has also found Northern Touch. Hellgate used to go out. We do see that it is Kian using the Unstop on their trait. But that seems to be very early as well. And Kian's going to be doing their best to get it back at this point. Nice charge, hitting 2. Star Knight gets Sellers Row, just very tough VW. There's the Wind Tunnel, actually ruining the combo from Diablo a little bit. But Ruffian, it doesn't matter, is going to go down first. But we can see Lucio straight out. Your healer is not necessarily one you want to lose. See people jumping at the bunker. That bunker will have given 50 armor when they hop out as well, so that's a decent amount. Northern Touch now in trouble. Kian doing the best to take them down. Star Knight joining. That's them down now. Dahaka down next. Kian left on an island. Pilsimon takes them down. And that is a good team fight for the side of Clouded Minds. And they do have a Web Weavers coming out. The bottom 2 lanes are an option, but the top one is. And the top lane is where they will be pushing. They have a good 20-30 seconds until anyone comes up. And they do have a pretty healthy Shambler Plant Terror coming on down the lane. Did you just say suck the life from your enemies? She's really saying it all at once. Oh, that is a lot of stuns coming out onto Diablo. The Diablo is going to live through all of it for now. And there's no kill onto them, but they were forced to Orca Spot. But now we can see the Plant Terror is here. Pilsimon holding out a little bit too long. They're too greedy for that damage. And that is the Pilsimon down right as that happened. You can see Flight coming out from Felstar. Felstar does get that Wind Tunnel off, but very well played from Clouded Minds, backing up just enough to where, well, Salazaro was not able to do as much as they wanted. Meanwhile, mid, we do see it is going to be the Plant Terror here as well, has put out its own seed, taking it down slowly, and this, getting another one of these structures would be very important for the side of Gambit Gaming, Clouded Minds, as it would make things much more even in terms of pressure. Oh, Lucio doesn't quite save him. Lucio does try to keep up the Felstar, but it is Felstar only going down. Kian hitting a nice charge onto Northern Touch. We can see bunkers being dropped. This is how the last game ended. No, not this time. We do see APOC hits a lot. That's a nice polymorph by the core. 3 people polymorphed at once. 4 people, in fact. And that's now 2 deaths. See the heal coming out. That core is getting lower and lower. It looks like Trelena and Peach deciding, you know what? That is not our end. And once again, we're at a point where we're roughly 40% left on the core. Between 40 and 50% left on the core. And I feel like, I nearly see it again, Gambit Gaming are wanting to win off of this. But Clouded Minds going, we are not having this happen again. Peach and Trelena back up, play it safe. Make sure we don't lose here. Make sure this is our series. And we can see now they have a tall order ahead of them as Chelsea, Northern Touch, Chryso here, and Pilsimon is not too far away. Isolation coming out. That's adaptation as well. The cleanse coming out onto them. We can see they are on their way back. Trelena going to try their best to step in. Northern Touch charges early. No wall available for them to push into. And now we see Soulstone is completed. All while Trelena is wailing on Northern Touch, trying to slow things down. But the team is coming back now. Will the side of Gambit going to be able to finish? But that's Lucio dead first. And Pilsimon, you're really next major body block. We see Pilsimon going down, Northern Touch down, and that is going to be Haka down as well. Sellers Row here as well. See what they can do. They Wind Tunnel, but there's 2 unstops coming out. They're not able to get the core. That's 4 out of 5 members down. Diablo has come back, and that is a second core call that has really not gone the way the teams have wanted. And now we may be getting another core call from Clouded Minds. They have a little bit more time on the death timers, and they do see G-Team being called by Chryso. They know they're in the end game now. Northern Touch will see what they can do to stall down the enemy team. Pops a W. See that Star Knight does walk by the building. That goes down first, and they're marching all the way through to the building itself. Polymorph once again onto Kian, but it looks like the core will not be as kind to them the core will be a little bit kinder to them this time. The core's going down, and that will be the game and the series going over the side of Clouded Minds. Unfortunately for Gambit Gaming, they didn't quite get it at the end, but well played, both teams. Well played. So, in terms of... Oh my gosh, Vala had 14 kills. What the hell? In terms of hero damage, Vala had 110k compared to 77k of Sylvanas. Soak. Siege. Blaze, 147k. Joanna not too far behind, 145. Similar for Leeming, 145. And we do see that Dark had most for the other team, 221. In terms of Soak, we do see actually Vala in the end had the most, 21k. And Dark had definitely had most. Chelsea had the most, 25. And very close in terms of healing, both Lucio and Rhaegar. Much closer than either of the prior games. 81k on Rhaegar and 98k on Lucio. Barely shy of 100k. But let's have a look at talents real quick. Interesting, we see the W build Rhaegar. It did actually help keep people alive a little bit, so hey, I can't knock it too much. Other things to note is we do have W build Diablo with APOC. Not often you see W and APOC together, often you see Lightning Breath, but it was working out for them. Other things to note is Felstar did pick up kind of that Mage Star build and did very well. The most interesting build is probably Blazes. Is not often you see it, but I think I see Trelena, so I'm going to go join them. When I mute myself and I mute you in stream. How are you doing, Trelena? How are you feeling after that series?
Exhausted.
Yeah, I think, they're all 20, 25 minute plus games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the timer did not say that, it felt like that. Oh my gosh.
Well, that last one alone was 27 minutes.
Wow. Oh man, I don't think any of us really focused on the timer during any of that. We were just like, okay, how do we recover like every single time? Before we even get started, Gambit Gaming, massive shout out. Y'all are insane. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, and the series reflected it. Between each map, I honestly think I've not seen closer games this series, at least not games that have gone as long. So we will kind of take a step-by-step through the series. Tomb of the Spider Queen was going really well for you guys for a while, but kind of what happened as we got into that end game where it started to fall apart?
Honestly, we hit a point where when we were pushing through the map and we got almost every keep, I think we knocked out one of them and the other two were getting banged up, we just hit a point where we were sitting there going, well, now what? Because we tried to look for, like, can we get waves? No, they're too far pushed up. Can we get camps? Not really. There's nothing to grab right this moment. Can we get boss? No, they're up. Like, we need to get a kill before we get boss, and if we kill them, just end. So we were in a position where we weren't sure what to do, and I think we made a small misplay because we were trying to aggress onto them, and Peach even called us out a little bit later on, saying, like, hey, they've got to make the plays. We don't. We just need to let them come to us. And so that's kind of where it messed up for us, I think, is we got a little too antsy. We got a little too aggressive. We were in the driver's seat for most of it, but we got too aggressive. So.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree there, because there's definitely a moment where I just saw you guys kind of going back and forth, and you stood around top objective for like a good minute going, what do we do? Just seeing you all stand there in kind of a stun lock of emotion going, just to see the team sneak under you, and then Sonya leaping onto the full team, getting them all, but just a little bit too late. That was very unfortunate timing for you guys, just to let that one sneak by once the 20s came through. But that was a very close map all in all for the most part. But there's not really too much more I can say about that, because that did feel like a very long time ago now, because both those series were exciting, but man, they were draining.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I know all of us were, when we were on map 3 there, all of us, when we got done, we just all went, oh!
Just for leaned back in the chair going, okay, cool, I can just stop now.
I can actually breathe, oh my lord, yep.
Now, I did note, in map number 1, you did ban out Mephisto. Map number 2, you didn't. Mephisto is known to be very good on Infernal Shrines. Any reason as to why you banned out Vala over Mephisto? Obviously, the Brightwing makes sense, considering how well Crizo did on Tomb, or props to them for that healing, but why the Vala over Mephisto ban?
So for us, whenever we get ready for any team we take on, we do a lot of research into what they like to play and how they play it. And for us, the most common thing that we saw was that they had comfort picks on Junkrat and on Vala. That's their highest success win rate heroes they have across the whole season on both of them. And so when we looked at that, we went, okay, we need to figure out what we're okay with giving them and what we're not okay with giving them. And so when we got right down to it, it was Brightwing, uh, Junkrat, Vala, I think Johanna. It was like all these heroes that we just kept looking at the list, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, as is evidence from the games. Like they just have so many heroes they're good on that we just went, okay, let's see how the Brightwing plays, and let's get rid of something that's going to really annoy us and frustrate us, which was the Mephisto.
No,
and then into map 2, we switched. So yeah.
Yeah, and did you? It almost ended up backfiring almost, because once those 20s came through Mimic, I think you were very unfortunately caught directly between the Shade and Mephisto and just died in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I tried. I knew that it was coming up because Mephisto is kind of predictable in that you see his level 1, you know what he's going to go for, either Q or W build. And as soon as they hit 20, I knew, okay, I got to position smartly. And of course, I tried to step into him when he did his teleport, and I stepped into him and he just followed me. And I just knew, okay, I'm going to do what I can damage-wise, but I'm just dead.
Yeah, and that map was a lot more back and forth than the first one, actually. We did see it go both ways every time and again, but you guys did really well to keep the stacking of Pearl Simmon down. Were you guys just constantly trying to avoid any unnecessary team fights, or was it just happened to work out that way where you weren't getting into too many scuffles?
We kind of looked at just trying to play the map the most. I know that one of the people that I've been getting coached by, Snarfungus, she has done a lot of VOD review with me, and she actually did a review with the team, so shout out to her for that. And one of the things she commented on was like the biggest mistake that even she makes and other teams make is they don't play the map. And so when we got into it, we were more focused on like, okay, what can we take? Do we need to take a fight right now? Where can we apply pressure? And it just worked out from there. And Star is amazing at being able to not only give and get feedback from the rest of the team, but he has the final verdict. So he knows like, okay, go for this, ignore that, go for this. This is more important. And so it was just really snappy comms that did it for us, I think.
And I just remembered one more question I wanted to ask about first map. Sorry to backtrap. How are you guys feeling with May just constantly peppering you with, and even on this map, how do you feel about May constantly peppering you with snowballs every time you try to rotate anywhere?
I mean, that's kind of what you have to do on both Tomb and on Infernal Shrines. Good tanks will sit there and they won't do a lot, but they'll throw like an ability out here or there and disrupt your rotations, because typically teams mount up and then they rotate. So their May did an insane job of just like, all right, you can't go through there. All right, you're dismounted. So again, massive kudos to Gambit Gaming. That series was intense, and they did so many things right.
Yeah. And now that brings us to the last map, where it was actually quite, again, back and forth. You guys did have a good run of it, but also, as we got into that late game, once again, Gambit Gaming has actually really good control over that late game. I was learning throughout the series. How were you guys kind of prepping yourselves knowing that, once again, that late game was going to be such an issue, especially with things such as Wind Tunnel?
I mean, we didn't really talk a lot about it in the match. We just tried to deal with problems as they came up. We kind of knew it was there, like the Sylvanas Wailing Arrow caught us a few times. I know the Dahaka Isolate, that hit me, I think, almost more than anybody else. I got hit, I think, like 4 or 5 times that game. And so it's just try to be calm, back off, get away from something. When we had the last big fight for the seed in the top lane, I think we just did a good job of like, okay, this is down, back up. This is down, back up. And that's how we were able to come out on top. It's just unfortunate we couldn't finish it off the back of that.
Yeah. Were you surprised to get the Joanna, considering you guys had second pick?
We weren't sure what we were going to have happen because, again, I mentioned it before, like, Gambit Gaming just has so many heroes that they're good on. And so we were kind of like, okay, they're going to want to prioritize something. Are they going to want to take the Brightwing, which we didn't want to let them have? Are they going to take, like, Vala, because we knew they played a lot of Vala? We weren't sure what they were going to take. And so when they first picked the Falstad, we're like, oh, well, let's take Joe Blaze. Like, that worked really well for us last game. We'll give it a try again this game, see what happens. And I think it still worked, but it was painful.
And then even leading on to that, after you've banned Vala the whole time, you somehow got her, which I'm surprised wasn't picked up early by Celsro, because you guys showed your
Same.
tank and bruiser early on, but they ended up picking Diablo and Dahaka in the 2 free spot, I believed.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember what the order was. I just know they got the Dahaka fairly early on.
Look, the draft was half an hour ago. I don't have to expect you to remember everything.
I appreciate that. You're getting quizzed on this at the end. No!
Ha! Test time!
Oh, no!
If you get these questions wrong, Weenus personally will kick you out of Cloud and Mines.
Oh, no!
Weenus is in the chat with his pen writing down what you say.
Oh, God, no. It's okay. I'm sure that we can have a conversation later. But anyway.
Yeah, and I did notice there were a few unfortunate times where you're going, I could get this kill, and you kind of forgot you were a Gambit Vala, it felt like. And the Gambit stack just appeared. Calculated, or just like, I got the kill, I'm good.
It was a little bit of confidence more than anything else for me, because I think the big one where I messed up was the bot lane with the false stat. I saw how low he was. I'm like, okay, I can vault auto Q. That should kill him. And it did. But he went to the bush, which I don't even remember who was on false stat. Kudos. That vision check to like keep me from getting one extra auto is what was able to net you that kill. That was such great play. Like, that was incredible. Yeah. Seltzer?
Yeah, Seltzer.
Yeah, Seltzer, amazing job. Like, oh my gosh. Like, again, I don't mean to keep saying it, but Gambit Gaming, like, good game. Oh my gosh, that was such an awesome series.
And speaking about good game, that very last little game of tennis you guys had, where it went end core that didn't quite work out for you, end core that didn't quite work out for them, and end core that did end up working for you. What was kind of the emotions that was running through the team as that back and forth occurred?
So the biggest thing was that Peach and I were able to get out, and we backed up, and the immediate call was, okay, breathe. We know who we need to go after. Try to get the damage. Just live and try to get the damage. And I got so lucky, because I positioned myself to go in. Dahaka burned the isolate. We waited it out. We went back in, and then the fact that I caught the Lucio, and then I think I got another catch after that. At that point, everybody was coming up, and we knew, okay, that's it. Just turn and kill him. Don't let him get around. Turn and kill him.
I think you got Lucio, then Sylvanas, and Lucio, then Diablo in succession.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because the big thing I cared about was I want to get to the back line, and I wanted to get the Sylph, but I saw Lucio was just sitting right up on me, and I thought, okay, if I can get him, then I can go for the Sylph, because they're not doing enough damage yet. And then they don't have a healer. They don't have an escape. And on top of that, then their backline's exposed even more. So that's kind of why I went that route instead of jumping on the Sylph. But it worked out. Like, we kept an eye on the false stat. We kept an eye on who else could come in. We thought maybe the Diablo would be a problem, and then we realized no. And then after that, we just went, ignore everything, go for the core.
Yep. And the rest is, as they say, history. You guys did win off that. So kind of, any last things you want to say about the series? Any thanks? The floor is yours.
Well, absolutely. First off, Limebus, thank you so much for casting this. It is always appreciated when anybody can cast us, and you do an excellent job with your cast, so thank you for doing that. It's very appreciated. Secondly, I know I've gone on and on and on tonight, but Gambit Gaming, seriously, good game. Seriously amazing play. I look forward to playing you guys, hopefully again in the playoffs. Thanks to Clouded Minds as a whole, this team's been around for a long time. I'm very fortunate that they kept my crusty butt around to keep playing. I love playing with this team. I love everybody in the org, Weenus, Tiger, Peach, Kian, like, everybody is amazing. And thank you NGS for continuing to host this. I know that things are kind of up and down with the fact that it's a maintenance mode game, but there's a lot of passion here, as you can see in these games. And we're just appreciative that amateur tournaments like this are still running. So thank you to everybody, seriously.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as there's people willing to play, I'm pretty sure there's more than people more than happy to keep things going in terms of that. But no, thank you so much for joining me, Trilena. Again, well played. Go take any rest you need, because I think you're all going to be sleeping with a lack of energy you all now have.
Oh, well, it's also midnight for me here, so yeah, I'm definitely going to get some good sleep.
It's like 5 p.m. for me. That's how much of a difference it is.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, being
do it.
being over where you are, it's oh my gosh, actually, what is that time difference? It's 7 hours. Wow.
Oh, well, actually, it's more like plus 19, but
Oh yeah, other way.
other way around, wrong way.
Other way around. Well, yeah. Well, hope you have a good night, Lion Bus. Thank you so much again for casting. It's much appreciated.
No worries. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye. But right, what a series that was indeed. Cloud & Mines did end up taking it 2-1 in the end, though it did definitely feel like it was going to be much. It could have gone either way in all honesty at the end there. Tomb of a Spider Queen, very well done by Gambit Gaming. Held their patience, took it in the end. Infernal Shrines, very close between the two teams, but Cloud & Mines did take it out at the end. And then, of course, for back and forth, that was Garden of Terror, where two core calls that didn't quite come out ended up in that third one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid my HOTS teammate Alicia Wins. She is an excellent person, one of the people I still watch pretty frequently when it comes to Heroes of the Storm. Greatly appreciate everything that they have done for the team. So I'm going to click start raid there. But for me, that is going to be it. I have been your host, The Lime Bus, and it has been a hell of a series. And I'm also needing a cup of tea and a lie down after that one because, man, it definitely was a ride. So to everyone in chat, I wish you a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zones very weird, aren't they? But I'll see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now.